Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Justina and here I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you through my DIYs. As you see by the title, today I have 4 new Halloween faux sweets that I created just for you. I had asked you earlier in a couple videos ago if you would like to see me create more faux sweets, and a lot of you said yes, so that's what I prepared this week. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you stick around by hitting that subscribe button down below. If you aren't new here, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and without further ado, let's art today. For my first sweets of the day, I wanted to make some fake cotton candy, and the materials that I will use for this DIY is mainly this foam ball from Dollar Tree and this popsicle stick. I will also use some of this orange webbing from Dollar Tree that I purchased years ago that I still had in my decorations. So to start off with everything, I took the foam ball and an X-Acto knife and I cut a slit into the ball because I want to stick that popsicle stick into the center of the ball. So as you see here, I'm just pushing down as far as I can go to make sure that everything is even and the popsicle stick fits in there. Then I took some hot glue and poured some hot glue into the hole that I just made, and then started adding more hot glue around the popsicle stick so the popsicle stick is nice and secured. I did wait for the hot glue to completely dry, and then I started painting my popsicle stick using black acrylic paint, and then I set that to the side to dry. So to make this webbing into cotton candy is pretty simple. I wanted to cut off little sections so that I can make it look more like cotton candy than the actual webbing. If you get this stuff from Dollar Tree, you know that it comes with these little threads, and the more you play with it, the fluffier it gets. So that's what I'm starting to do. I'm starting to work at it and trying to get those threads as fluffy as possible to mimic the look of cotton candy. This does take some time, not too long actually, but I did want to make it as fluffy as possible, and then you just have to continue working with it to get the desired look that you're going for. I am making small cotton candy little sticks, so I didn't need too much. So now it's time to assemble everything together, and to do so I am using my hot glue gun, but it is on the lower setting. But be very careful because the cotton candy or the webbing is very thin and the hot glue still seeps through it and you can burn yourself, because I have a couple times placing the cotton candy onto the ball. As I am placing the cotton candy onto the ball, I am going into little sections and I'm still pulling the cotton candy out in all different directions to make it more fluffy, and then I continue this until the whole ball is covered. So as you see here, a little goes a long way. That is still my first strand of cotton candy that I laid onto the ball. This is now my second layer, and I started noticing that the smaller sections that you have and pulling, it makes it more fluffy, so that's what I did. I continued until I reached all the way to the top, and then I still added a little bit onto the popsicle stick to make it look more full, and here's how it looks so far. I did try to twist the top to give it some little bit of character. I did want to add a little bit of decorations to it, so I had these ring spiders that I've been using a lot on these DIYs. I just placed one in the front and one in the back. The next thing I wanted to do that I thought was a really cute idea was place it in one of these treat bags. I purchased this from Walmart a long time ago, and I still have a bunch on hand. So I'm just going to stick that cotton candy into the bag, and then I add a bow to the end of it, and that completes this DIY. I absolutely love how these turned out. As you see here, I did have to make a second one because I love making things in pairs. I just really love how adding the bag on top of the cotton candy makes it look like a real cotton candy bag, and I just love it. So moving into our second DIY, and for my next sweets, I really wanted to turn these foam dice into some spooky marshmallows. I had created some marshmallows around Valentine's Day using these foam dice, and I wanted to do the same thing but make them more creepy. So I want to paint these foam dice first using my Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint in the color oatmeal. Once that was completely dry, I made a mixture of caulk and black acrylic paint off camera to make our little chocolate drizzle. I added it to the edges of the dice, and then as you see here, I am tapping it onto the table so that it can fall down with gravity, making the little drip marks. After I completely go around the outer edges, I take the leftover caulk mixture and add it to the center of the marshmallow. Then I'm taking a popsicle stick and pushing the remaining excess chocolate drizzle now until it completely covers the top of the marshmallow. Then I will set that to the side to dry. I also made a orange chocolate drizzle off camera as well, and I am adding it to the second marshmallow as you see here, doing the same exact thing I did with the first one, which is adding it to the edges, tapping it down, and then the remaining adding it to the center of the marshmallow, and then spreading it out with a popsicle stick. I did set them to the side to dry, and then once they had time to dry, I wanted to give each marshmallow a spooky, creepy face, but still make it a little bit cute. So as you see here, I'm just drawing on the face, pretty much just out of my imagination to things that I like, and each marshmallow will have two faces, one in the front, one in the back. I like to keep the sides undone just in case I don't want to see faces. I can always turn it to the side. I noticed that the Sharpie marker was a little dull, so I did take a black Posca paint marker and I retraced everything that I drew, and then I fill it in with the black Posca paint marker and also a white Posca paint marker. I continue doing this with both marshmallows until each one had two faces on it, and that completes this DIY. Here is how my little marshmallows turned out, and I absolutely think that they are adorable, so cute, and I had so much fun making them. I would love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comment section below. Moving right into our next DIY, I really wanted to make some drinks for my spooky sweets bar. So when I was at Target, I found these wine glasses in their Target dollar spot for just $1, and of course I picked up two. They were really cute because they have these jack-o'-lanterns faces on them, but they are plastic, which I really like. For the actual drink portion of my DIY, I am using my Fast and Final lightweight spackling. I really like to use this stuff because it's really easy to work with and it's fast drying. I really want to make a candy corn drink, so I put some spackling into a cup so that I can make my mixture. I'm adding some yellow paint into this one, and I'm just taking a popsicle stick and you just mix it around until you get the desired look that you're going for. I did have to add a little bit more of that yellow paint because when you do mix it, it does become lighter with all that white spackling. And as you see here, I did add some orange paint into this cup and mixed it around until I got the orange part of this drink. Once I was done mixing my mixture, I did add them to piping bags. As for the white part of this DIY, I didn't need to mix anything. I just put the spackling into the piping bag. Now I'm just cutting off the tips so I can start adding it to my cups. I am starting off with the yellow bag of spackling and adding it to the bottom of my cup because with the candy corn colors, the yellow is at the bottom. I am just adding it to the edges of the cup. I do leave the center of the cup hollow, and I will show you here in a minute. I keep adding the yellow until I got the height that I wanted, and then I move on to the next part. I then take the orange spackling and add it to the center of the cup as well. I'm trying to push all the spackling up against the cup itself so that it has a smooth texture. I then take my finger and wipe off the excess so that it has a smooth edge, and then I continue with the white spackling. Now that both cups are filled, as you see here, I left the center hollow because I didn't want to use too much of that spackling. So instead, I have this large mushroom that I purchased from the Dollar Tree that fits pretty much snug up against the cup, but it was a little bit smaller than what I needed, so I'm just adding a bead of hot glue on the outer edges, waited for that to dry, and then placed it on top of the cup. Next, I am going to add some more hot glue to the outer edges to hold that mushroom into place. After the hot glue had time to dry, I wanted to make a drizzle for the top of my cup, and to do so I took some Dollar Tree caulk and I set it into a container, and then I added some orange acrylic paint to it. I just mix it up until everything is well incorporated, and then I will set that into another piping bag. I also did make a black version of this, and all I did was add black paint to the caulk mixture. Once the mixture was in the piping bag, I then started adding it to the outer rim of the cup. I wanted it to look like some of the drizzle dripped down the cup, and I just think it's so cute. Once again, I am tapping it onto the table so that some of those drips can start moving down the cup. I then also added the black drizzle as well, just to add more detail and some interest. To finish off my drink here, all I needed to do was add more of my whipped cream topper, and all that is white spackling in a piping bag. Then to add a little bit more details for this drink, I'm adding some of those spider confetti all over it, a topper from a previous project, a straw, and then I had some more of those black and orange drizzle set that I will drizzle all over the whipped cream, and that completes this DIY. Here's how my wine glass drinks turned out, and I absolutely love it. As you see from my second cup, I had some yellow whipped cream left over, so I just added that to the top. I would love to know what you think about this DIY down in the comment section below. For our next DIY, I wanted to make some more drinks, but using Dollar Tree cups. I found these cups at Dollar Tree and I thought they were so cute. The difference with this one, instead of leaving it just hollow by itself and adding the mushroom on top, I am using a pool noodle to act as my little spacer in the center. So as you see here, I took a black Sharpie marker, measured it out, and then I'm taking an X-Acto knife and cutting about a ½ an inch above that mark so that it can hold my whipped cream when I put it on top. For these drinks, I wanted them to be a little bit different, so I went back to the black and white theme, or the black and white pattern, for these cups. I added the mixture to the piping bag already. You seen me make the mixture. All I did was add acrylic paints to the spackling. Now, as you see here, I'm just adding the spackling into the cup, going in a back and forth motion just to give it a little bit more interest so it's not just flat up against the cup. I do this giving it space in between so that it could have a black and white striped look. I continue the same pattern with the other cup as well. As you see here, I go in with the white whipping cream or spackling, and I add it to the little holes that I left. This will give me my striped look that I'm going for. After both cups have been filled, it is now time to add the pool noodle to the center. Now I try to go as slow as possible. On this cup, this pool noodle did snag a little bit of the white spackling, but I wasn't too worried about it. It was very little and you could hardly see it. And with this pool noodle, it went in pretty perfectly, and I pushed down until it reached the bottom of the cup. Now, to decorate the top of my drinks, I'm pretty much doing the same as I did with the other cups. The only difference is I'm using different techniques to add the whipping cream on top of the cups. Now, after I do that, I do add different toppings and decorations to each cup, but mainly everything is the same. I have this skull here that I add a little bit of the whipped cream on top of his head, and then I added it to the center of that cup. Once that was done, I took some more of that whipped cream and added it to the rim of the cup. It just makes it look more fuller, and it seems like the drink is overflowing over the cup, which I love. To break up some of this whipped cream, I took some of those foam beads that I purchased from Dollar Tree in the colors green and white, and I added all over the center of this drink. And lastly, I did add some more of those spider confettis all over the whipped cream on top, and added a pumpkin topper, and that completes this DIY. And this is how my last set of drinks turned out. I absolutely love them. I think they're so fun and unique, and I really want to make real drinks looking like this around Halloween time. I would love to know what you think about these drinks down in the comments section below. Once again, here is a quick overview of everything that I have created in today's video. I am super overjoyed with how everything turned out. I think they're so cute and adorable, and they will be a great addition to my spooky sweet spot this Halloween season. Remember, if you are new here and haven't yet subscribed, I would love for you to do that today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below, and make sure to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you when I upload a new video. Plus, it is totally free to you. I would love for you to be part of my virtual art family as well. If you like today's video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. It really does help out my channel, and it lets me know that you love Halloween as much as I do. If you would like to help support my channel, I would love for you to check out my Buy Me a Coffee page. No obligation necessary, but you will get sneak peeks to upcoming videos, and we can chat more over there as well. Everything will be linked in the description box below. If you have recreated anything that I have done on my channels, I would love for you to go check out my other socials and tag me so that I can see what you created and we can chat about it over there. All the links will be in the description box below. And if you have made it this far, I would love to see a little food emoji down in the comment section below, and don't forget to let me know what you think about these DIYs down there as well. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.